Okay, Bismillah, let us look at another question. How can we use this formula for a question like this? Okay, the format is 1 over. So in other words to say, we have to get it in terms of something simpler. Okay, so the technique is to simplify this. In other words to say, to complete the square. Meaning, first of all, you have to complete the square of this thing. Okay. And as you complete the square, you will get it in this format. So you have to get this format. If you can get this, write this in this format. So next, we can simplify it by setting let u being the variable part, let u being the x minus 1. Okay, so this u square. Okay, the u is this, so that this question now, as we replace it, we will get it in a form of something like this. U square minus a constant square, right? So let me replace everything in terms of the x. Okay, so differentiate, this is 1, so du is dx. So as we substitute this question in terms of u, everything we change it into u. Now it will become 1 over, we need to have this x minus 1 being the u, change it. And here, since that we have changed this radical in terms of this, okay, so this radical is in the form of x minus 1 square. X minus 1 is the u square minus the 5 square. And the x is du. After you can get it, and then we can compare to the format. Okay, so where do we get this as 1 over? So this is like format number 3, right? Okay, as we compare. So compare to the answer given or to the format number 3. Okay, so hence we can just quote the answer. The answer is 1 over a is the constant, 5, inverse secant, a magnitude. So what is the u just now? U is the u is, let's change it into variable x. U is x minus 1 over a. What is our a here? A is a constant as we compare it. Again, a square, a is 5, and plus c. So that is the answer for this type of a question. So let me share to you the technique to complete the square. We are able to do this previous question E just now. If we are managed to change this x square minus 2x minus 24 just now into a format of x minus 1 square minus 25. So to do a completing square, there are various ways, but this is one simple way. And they say that completing square, it is provided that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Okay, so if we have the quadratic being 1x squared plus bx plus c, let's call it f. So the formula is to add b over 2 square. Okay, so add b on 2, so we deduct back the b on 2. This is not equation, right? So anything that we add, we need to deduct it back. But these 3 terms can easily be factorized. It will become x plus this part, b on 2 square, and let's call this constant being d. Okay, let's compare to the question that we had just now. X square minus 2x minus 24. So 1x square, alright. So what is the b? Here the b is negative 2. Okay, so we need to add b on 2 square. So this is the b over 2 square. Okay, negative 2 on 2. So we add, we deduct it back. Okay, we don't want to change the question. So let's simplify this. Okay, and as we are factoring these 3 terms, you will get x minus 1 square. You can check back, expand it back, you will get x square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay. Plus 1. And then this portion, we simplify, it becomes negative 24 minus 1, which is negative 25. So that is a simple technique to complete the square. Let us do more. So question F, evaluate this, right? So in order to evaluate this, we need to get it in this format. Okay, so in other words to say, first step, you need to complete the square until you can get this 6x minus 4x square being 9 on 4 minus 4 of this thing square. Okay, so when you change this into this format and simplify further, let's say you set the u to be this u square being 4 of this whole thing square. So the u is 2x minus 3 on 4. And then we differentiate du on dx, we get 2. So replace the dx. Okay, so dx is du on 2. We put the 1 on 2 outside du. And then we are left with this. This whole set is the u. Okay. And then when you have got this, then you can compare to the formula. What formula is appropriate? Formula number 2. And a format of a radical a square minus u square, where what is the a? A here is the a square, that is the 9 on 4. So meaning a is the square root of it, which is 3 on 2. Okay. So recognizing a and the u, so we can just quote the answer. The answer is inverse sine u over constant a. What is the u? The u is this whole set just now. Okay, so we take this u square being 4x minus 3 on 4 square just now. So that is why, what is the u? The u, we take a square root of this thing. So which way we get this? So as we quote the answer, this is the answer that we can quote. Okay, constant, we put it outside. Is u over a. You see that? Is u over a. So u over a just now is 3 on 2. Okay. Flip this thing, 3 on 2, which is 2 on 3. And then we replace back the u, which is the 2. This is the u. This is the u. Okay. That is the u. And this is the 2. We simplify it further. So as we simplify, if the calculation is correct, we will get 4x minus 3. And that is the answer. But let me show to you how to get how to complete the square from this portion. How can we get this? Okay, this format. Okay, because this question, it does not show it to us. How to get, how to complete the square so that this 6x minus 4x square, we can get it in terms of this. And hence you can solve it like this. Okay, how to complete the square. So if we were to do the completing square, first of all, the coefficient of x square must be 1. So let's rearrange this thing. Let's call it f. Negative 4x square. I'm rearranging it. Okay. But in order to use this formula, we need to make sure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So let's factorize the 4. We put it outside. So we have x squared. As we factorize this, we get, help me, minus 6 on 4. Okay. Okay. So as long as we can read as 1x squared and plus bx. Okay, so let's simplify this. And when you factorize, make sure you expand it back. Make sure you get back your original question. Okay, so expand, we get back the plus 6x. So let's simplify this. So x squared minus, this is 3 on 2. Okay, so now I would like to use this formula to complete the square. The formula is b over 2 square. What is the b? The b here is negative 3 on 2. So the formula is b over 2 square. Okay, so let's take the negative 3 on 2, divide by 2. Or actually multiply by 1 on 2 square. So this is similar to say it is negative 3 on 4 square. Okay, after you have got the b on square, so it says plus b on 2. So plus, I don't want to simplify, let it be as a form of a square. And then we don't have a constant, so we need to deduct that. Negative 3 on 2 square. Okay. After you have got that, we need to factorize these 3 terms. Okay, so let's factorize. Factorize the 3 terms, this term. Okay, so let's write it back. And as we factorize these 3 terms, you will get a nice complete square, which is x minus 3 on 2 square. Okay, you can check by expanding it back. X square minus, this is not 3 on 2, this is supposed to be 3 on 4 square. Check my work. Okay. So expand it back to make sure that it is tally to the answer or the expansion. It is 3 on 4, right? Okay. So it is 3 on 4 square. Expand it by x square minus 2ab, correct? We get 3 on 2 plus b square, this thing square. Okay, correct. And then we are left with this part, which is the negative. This is on 4 just now, okay? On 4. Check my work. So as we simplify this, this is 9 over 16. Okay, we square it, 9 on 16, right? And then let's expand this negative 4 inside. So we will get negative 4 of x minus 3 on 4 square. Okay, expand it inside. Okay, minus minus plus 4 and 16. Okay, cut, divide by 4, divide by 4, we get over here is 9 over 4. Okay, similar as we to rearrange in order to get as the above one, we rearranging it, so we get this. So that is the working on how to get to this format, applying the formula of or the technique of completing the square.